All right, so if you caught episode 1, I hope you did. This is episode number 2, even though I did a real quick thing over on Facebook, but you can afford to miss it if you don't want. I'm in the middle of an experiment. Never in my life have I done a painting in this manner on purpose, although I've done a few accidentally this way. Okay, the initial experiment was, before I begin anything representational, I put a graphic composition on the canvas to serve as a counterfoil, alternate reality, counterpoint to what the final composition is going to be. So having done that now, I'm sort of back to my normal modus operandi, which is light first. Lights first. But having put this down, it kind of changes a little bit how I'm going to do my light. So I'm actually using a rag again, therefore wearing wearing gloves. Don't need the gloves at the moment, but I'm going to be doing some more. So in other words, where I'm putting this light, of course, is being influenced by the abstract dark composition. Again, for those of you who don't know me, let me explain how I normally start. For years I've been saying start with light. The most important aspect of a painting is play of light, so start with the light. And today I am violating that principle, that guideline, and I didn't start with light. I started with the second most important aspect of a painting, which is composition. Ooh, I don't know about you, but I really like this. Now, I have no idea, of course, if this is going to become a permanent part of my repertoire, a permanent part of my technique. I have no idea. Maybe, maybe not. This is how happy discoveries are made, is by doing things accidentally. So I'm still very much, as you can still see, I'm still very much operating in the counterpoint. That's the first stroke that has anything representational about it at all. It's the man's tuck standing right there in the middle. Now, I think I can go ahead and do some drawing so I don't have to wait for all of that to dry. I don't like waiting, of course. Who does? So let me find a couple long-handled brushes that are in decent shape. Several of these need cleaning again. And yeah, I think I'm going to use very neutral. I'm going to use brown to draw with. I really don't do that. Okay, and let me show you the photograph that I'm copying from. Okay, that one right there. Got it? That photograph has been edited in Photoshop to correspond exactly to the 24 by 30 inch canvas, which is what my client and I agreed upon during our consultation. Sometimes I shouldn't try to talk and paint. Sometimes I just shouldn't try. Okay, I think this is roughly, I don't want to draw it too exactly because then I'll be tempted to rely on it. Does that make sense? So there's arches here. I don't want to draw them too carefully or I'll think they're correct. And I certainly don't think at this point that any of these lines are correct. They're all just vague notions about where things are going to go. Very unlikely that any of them are exactly in the right place. So this is a little unusual for me. I paint a lot of weddings. I don't paint very many weddings that I wasn't at, but I certainly am offering my services. If some of you or your loved ones are already married and you didn't have me come to your wedding, then yes, by all means, hire me to do a painting from one of your photographs. Okay, there's some of the lines. I think I'm going to go ahead and proceed with some of my guesses as to where the bride and groom should go. If you missed my first episode, let me bring you up to speed a little bit and tell you that following my own advice here, I am going to, I think that's too big and that's going to bother me, so hang on just a second. Let me try to shrink that head down a little bit. I don't erase very often, but that's what you just saw me do. You know, one of the rules of painting is never erase, and I just broke the rule, so there you go. That's why the book is called Breakable Laws of Painting. A very handsome couple whom I have never met. Every couple is handsome. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, but we all know, don't we? Yeah, some of us are more handsomer than others. Okay. I think I'm going to let that dry. So I've done a couple things. One is the second layer of light. First layer of light, which is the warm light up here, cool light down here. And let me show you where I got that from. I'll give you a close-up look at this photograph. Can you see the bare faint hints of blue down there at the bottom, and everything up here at the top is warm? So that's why my painting reflects that same dynamic. Warm at the top, cool at the bottom. And I'm going to let this dry. Once again, I'm going to use a heat gun instead of a hair dryer because it's quieter, faster, and doesn't blow the paint around. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll be back in just a little while.